Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie, the South African top 40 this morning? Now, yesterday was pretty much I won't even call it an up and down day. It's more of a down day. You could see how the sellers kept stepping in. And there is a bit of a consolidation pattern here, but we will put that in on the lower time frames. So for now, we are pretty much still in this downward channel. Okay, we did tag the first level of 48,400. You see how we hit it and bounced off it, but then we still stayed below here. Now, yesterday was a public holiday in the US, so that could have really been affecting the markets. And what you can see here is you can see the Bollinger Squeeze happening on the momentum index. Okay, so you can anticipate something is about to happen. You can see we've had a crossover of sorts on the moving average, on the stochastics here. Sort of a grouping and a crossover that's about to happen or is busy happening. So there is potential here for something to start happening. However, in my experience with the Aussie, I would expect still another move to the downside, especially with these tails. Okay, so either another attempt to break below 48,400, or we do get below it and we gradually move back down to 47,500. So let's just have a look here. So a consolidation pattern that is in play is pretty much over here. Okay, so there it is. It's a triangle. It's been a whole day of consolidation. Now, it's been consolidation, but if you have a look at the stochastic, they're moving to the upside. Okay, now that's about often when this happens, there's normally another squirt to the downside. So nothing concrete for me yet. So if you were trading the 5 minute, you more than likely would have got some of these pushes to the downside and scalped a few points. Well, I suppose a few points is probably not really the truth. 380, 400 points. So you could have scalped this out about 500 points here by just playing with the trend to the downside. Okay, now the big thing here is that we got a crossover of the moving averages at the close. Okay, now I'm still not convinced. There's nothing convincing here that's saying that we're moving to the upside. We do have quite a few inside bars here, but they're the wrong color for me. So I would prefer to see red bars with green inside, okay, rather than green bars with red inside. So right now it's really just a bit of confusion. So it's up, down, up, down, up, down. So consolidation, and that's exactly what's going on. Okay, so yeah, I am still looking for a long entry. There wasn't one yesterday, so we'll wait through today to see what happens with price today. Now, even if we do break above out of this triangle to the upside, I think I would still wait, because I would expect it to come up and then pull back and come and test this break. That would be my swing entry long. Okay, so yeah, it's been basically been 2 days. So 2 days of wait and see. Okay, nothing else that we can really see here. And if we just take it back up to the 4 hour, these two levels here are still worrying me. So 47,500 and 47,300. They are fairly significant. Let's just delete all the noise. So you can see we've tagged this this pin bar here, which is also this inside bar here, and also if you look left, there's a hell of a lot happening at that level. So the next level down, we can pretty much sort of line up with as many of these tails as we possibly can. You see there, a little bit here, this day, there, and quite a few here. So, and that also lines up with the weekly 200 moving average. Now, the interesting thing to notice that if we do pop down to this level, and the measured move of this here pretty much targets that. Okay, so let's just do that on the 4 hour so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this moved down, we then consolidated, and obviously what happens now is we move from the high, and we would expect a second move equal to this distance here. Okay, and you can see how that lines very closely to 47,260. Okay, so my gut is still telling me that that's where we're still heading to, and this is the area we need to watch. Okay, now what could very well happen is that we get ambushed somewhere along the way. So the people that are trying to get long will push for an early entry. And something along the lines of this. You see all these tails to the downside here. So that would typically be a good ambush area. So 47,550, 47,260. So pretty much 100-point difference here. Much of a muchness, I suppose. So that is the level that I am watching for, because that ties up quite nicely with this measured move, and we are fairly close to it. Well, I suppose fairly close is relative when it comes to Aussie. We're 1,000 points away from it, but that would make the most sense to me. Okay. However, in saying that, we are at a level at the moment. So if I do see any sort of bullish signals on this level, it would be worthwhile taking the entry. Okay. At this stage, there's nothing on the 4 hour, and there is nothing on the hour either. Okay. So we don't really even have diversions here. So we did have diversions, but yesterday got rid of those diversions. The diversions were there, and we got a lower low, and then the oscillator made a lower low. So yeah, I still think there's going to be another push down. Okay, it may only be to this level here of 48,360, or it may drop below this and drop lower. I think in an ideal world, what we're looking for is a break of a 4 hour fractal, and the first 4 hour fractal is pretty far away, is up here. So that would validate a change in this trend. It would be a break above 49,735. Okay, so if we just look here and we try and keep this on the hour. Okay, this is not a fractal yet. We still need another hour bar to close below this level, and then that would be a fractal. And even that fractal break, because it'll be below the 26 smooth moving average here, this red line, it's not an entry. Okay, so the entry would be up there. So basically a break above the high of yesterday would then start giving us some signals that there is an entry. But remember, price action. So we'll break through these moving averages, and then we're going to turn around and come back and test the break. So that is where your entry will be. Okay. And if we do come back and test the break and are successful, then you have a swing entry, and you can pretty much let it run for the 1 hour 200 moving average. That's 1,400 points. Okay. Yeah, so that's my take on the Aussie at the moment. I'm not really interested in shorts at the moment. If you are short, I would recommend that you really tighten up your stop, because we are at some significant levels here, and it's going to take a lot to break through 48,360, and even if we do, I suspect it will be a short spike below before coming back up. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm waiting for some form of entry. And the other thing that you need to take cognizance of is this is a range. Okay, it is a triangle, but ultimately it's a range. That's the high, this is the low. So those are the two levels that need to break in order for us to get any direction. So a break below 48,370, you're going to see these levels get tagged: 47,550, 47,260. Okay, break above the high of yesterday, which is 48,825, then you can see pretty much the moving average be targeted. Okay, don't see, well, there is a daily gap, but that's very far up. Anyway, that's my take on it for today, and I want to look at the 200. All the oscillators are all pretty much grouping in the middle, so there's nothing, we kind of, there's no signal long or short, it's really just consolidation. Okay, so yeah, so this is the start of the consolidation that I've been looking for as far as I'm concerned, and we need to watch it pretty carefully. Now, if you are watching the charts today and you're not running around with work or something like that, then you can look at these two levels here. So you can see there's quite a few buyers that stepped in at 48,520. Okay, and then there were some sellers that were in at 48,690. So these fractional levels, you could even pull it up to there. Okay, so a break below 48,555 will definitely target the low of yesterday for a start. If we break through that, then you're looking for these downside levels. Okay, if we break above, what's that level there? That is 48,690. So we break above 46.90, then you can expect the 12-minute 200 moving average to be tagged, a little bit of a bounce back, and then a move up again. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at. So this consolidation phase would need to break, but bear in mind it could continue for another day or two as well. Okay, so just be patient. It's coming, and the entry long is definitely coming. It's starting to form its base. Then what you can do is we'll trade this thing up by putting a trade in and just letting it run and adding to the trade on every pullback. Okay, so wait and see. Probably look at this again at about 9:30, and if anything's looking good at that point, we'll take the trade. If not, we'll wait. Anyway, so that's Aussie for today. So the summary is I'm just waiting. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and catch up with you later. Cheers for now.